And when you talk about the adjustment of going to the college level, what is that like for you?
You really just can't have an off moment, like say like you're making a mistake or you miss your teammate. It's just like you have to always be on your top game, and because everyone you're playing is the same as you or better. So in high school it's like you can get away with making an athletic play, but here you have to be much smarter. What do you do?
What was it like getting your first collegiate basket in the first game, home opener against Army?
Honestly, it was very relieving to just see the ball go through the net because you think so much while you're playing sometimes, especially as like your first game in college. So just to see the ball go through the net, I was just totally relieved. And after that, I just felt good to shoot.
Right now, they sit 1.5 games back of the leader right now, which is tied between Valley and Bristol. And if they would sweep today and they beat Newport both times, and Valley and Bristol both lead, we're going to see a three-way tie for first place. That's something to look out for if you're North Adams, because anything can happen. We talk about the Wild West, and it really is the Wild West for sure. And North Adams is a team where, when it comes down to it, work at bats. That's the biggest thing. In one of their games, they had 15+, 5+ pitch at bats going into the fifth inning. So that's a lot of action that you're going to see. So if you're North Adams, they got 2 starters today. First one's going to be McKinstry. Second one is going to be Duke. They're going to hope to get some length out of that starting rotation today, and that's something that they're going to need, which they've struggled the last few games. You score 4 runs, then you're silent for the next 6 innings. That's not a recipe for success. This is a team that has 1 good inning and then is not able to really muster anything. They're going to have to do something in game 2. The starting pitching for McKinstry was perfect. You go 5 innings, you only give up 3 runs. You give your team a chance to win the ball game, but just not successful in the later of the game with scoring runs. That's the biggest thing. They're going to have to score runs, because that first inning, spectacular. You have 8 batters go up on the lineup, but the rest of the way, you don't want to have a 1, 2, 3 inning back-to-back innings. That's just not. It just doesn't work that way.
These are negotiations for the Yankees. It's Juan Soto or bust. When you're talking about the other teams in the mix, Dodgers, do you need them? Not really. Do you want them? Yes. If you're the Red Sox, you want him badly. Do you really need him? I think you're more of a couple years away for Soto. But I think the Yankees right now, it's the biggest need. If you're the Mets, yes, you want Soto, but I think your team organizationally is better structured to live without Soto than the Yankees. Yankees, it's Soto or who knows. That's the question. It's Soto or who knows, and you need Soto. That is your biggest need. It's number one. It's number 1A, it's number 1B, it's number 1C, number 1D, etc. It is the number 1 priority throughout the entire offseason. I think right now when you're talking about Jameis Winston, you look at it from one perspective of he's a fun quarterback. He could throw, we saw it in the past, 30 touchdowns, 30 interceptions in a game. It's something as a fan that at least you get something to see as enjoyment. And as a Giants fan, I have not had a lot of enjoyment, if any at all. So right now, yes, Jameis Winston is the answer at the quarterback position for next year. And then guess what we can do? I'll talk about this for probably as long as I possibly can, because I'm the biggest fan of Arch Manning. He is the Giants' future. You get a guy in Jameis Winston for a year, maybe 2 years, bridge quarterback, and then you get your guy in Arch. Trade everything to get Arch, because to me, you look at the quarterback class, I don't love it. I love Arch.
Okay. So what's the most important thing about football? Points. You got to score points, right? Isn't that the goal? Right now, Buffalo has 290 points so far scored. The Kansas City Chiefs have 219. How about this? Amari Cooper, Kahil Shakir, Dalton Kincaid. You also got Dawson Knox, who's underrated. You got James Cook. I mean, you're just listing a bunch of options that you can go to instead of 1 or 2 guys. Personally, I like the depth. Your Mets, it's the Mets. Steve Cohen likes to spend. Pitching was an issue. Starting pitching was an issue. Bullpen was kind of an issue for the Mets. When you look at the team, they were a fun team. The OMG shenanigans, if you want to call them that, kind of helped them a little bit. I think they're going to get a pitcher. When you look at it, Corbin Burns, here's what I'll say with the Mets. To me, it makes too much sense because, number one, you got a guy. You got a guy, number 1, and the guy who is with the Milwaukee Brewers, and David Stearns, who is with Corbin Burns when he was with the Brewers. So there's already a connection there, number 1, with Corbin Burns. And then once you have that connection, those connections don't go away. So to me,
Corbin Burns is going to be a New York Met. Number one, because of David Stearns. Number two, because of Steve Cohen. Because number one, they want to spend money and they need pitching. To me, that's the biggest need of the New York Mets. Hello, everyone, and welcome into the Red Fox Report presented by the Marist Center for Sports Communication. I'm your host, Derek DeGallo, and we got a lot of action here for you today. We're going to first start with men's basketball as they're on the road to take on Merrimack, two of the top three teams in the MAC, facing off for the first time in program history. We're going to start action in the second half. 5 minutes left, and it's Bud Clark who finds his man in Brian Mtunu for the dunk, giving the Warriors the lead. Closing seconds in this one. Clark trying to ice the game, goes up for a layup, gets blocked by Lewis. Daughtry comes down with it, looking up court. He's going to find Tariq Watson underneath, and he gets it to go, giving Marist a 1-point lead. Next play, it's going to be Clark trying to go coast to coast, loses it, gets it right back, goes up to Brian Mtunu, gets it to go, but hold on. And when you take a closer look at this one, you're going to see Mtunu not able to get it off by 1 millisecond as Marist escapes in dramatic fashion. Now on the men's basketball side, Pasquarelli coming off a career-high 31 points in the last game against Canisius, taking on Niagara, and it's Caleb Macri early on getting in on the action, hits the three ball as he returns from a 2-game absence. Marist up early. Now on the other end is going to be Niagara. They get the basketball, and Jaden Marshall, he goes to the lane, gets the layup to go, plus the foul as he hits his free throw, making it 20-17 Niagara. Collins Roberts ended the day with 4 turnovers. 16 minutes left in this one, and it's Pasquarelli, hook shot at the elbow, gets it to go. 22 points on the day for him. Marist up 36-29. Less than a minute to go. It goes to Pasquarelli again, and he slams it home. Marist leads by 9, and they end up winning this one 64-61 as they are now tied for first in the MAC Conference, their 5th 20-win season in program history. Thank you for joining us on the Red Fox Report. I'm your host, Derek DeGallo. We will see you real soon.